What's going on, everybody? My name is Michael Veer, and today we are doing a Blu-ray update video, and I don't have my Pure Leaf tea like normal, but I do have Red Bull. That's what we're doing today. I'm gonna take a sip. Not as big of a sip because, well, let's just be honest. It's, doesn't go down as smooth. So first up, guys, what do we have? We have Final Destination 4-pack. I got this from BestBuy.com. I got a Best Buy gift card with some credit card points and decided to spend it on movies. Kind of what I do. So Final Destination 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've seen all of them before. Most recently, I rewatched 1 and 2 with my wife. We enjoyed them. I liked how the first movie and the second movie kind of reverse each other. I like that a lot. So I'm looking forward to watching 3 and 4 again because it's been so long since I've seen them, probably theaters. So yeah, Final Destination. Next up, guys, Brightburn. Brightburn is a movie that James Gunn had a hand in, but because he's the biggest name in the movie, they were like, from visionary filmmaker James Gunn, even though there's other people that directed. The point is, though, it's actually a really fun movie. It's like, what if Superman came to Earth and was evil? I've got a review for it. It's on my channel. You could check it out. Yeah, I still feel that this would be better as a Netflix series, for the record. Next up, guys, we have The Sixth Sense. What's cool about this is that it's on Blu-ray. And what I mean by that is, well, you know, not all of M. Night Shyamalan's movies made it to Blu-ray for some reason. Like The Village, not on Blu-ray. What's going on with that? We need it on Blu-ray, but we do have The Sixth Sense. I really enjoyed this movie. First time I saw it, I was 12 years old, I believe, on Christmas Eve. What a time to watch it. So there's that. Next up, guys, we have The Goonies. The Goonies is a movie I watched a very, very long time ago. Don't remember a ton about it. I mean, it was a fun kids movie, and I'll probably watch it with my kids on the next family movie night that we have down here. So, The Goonies. Next up, guys, is Free Guy. I got this movie for $7. I feel pretty good about that because otherwise it's still like $24 in stores. So Free Guy. It was actually a really fun movie. I saw this in Dallas when I was out there this year. I've got a movie review for it up on my channel. It was a fun, feel-good time. So I recommend Free Guy if you haven't seen it. All right, guys, the next one up is from John Carpenter, and it is The Thing. I'm really glad I found this on Blu-ray. Another one of those Best Buy pickups. Really, really enjoyed this. I think they just came up with a 4K, so that's why this was on sale. But I'll be honest with you, at this point, like, don't be so old that 4K Blu-ray, it's not going to make that big of a difference. Kurt Russell is fantastic in this, and I love the ambiguous ending at the end. Is he the Thing, or is the other guy the Thing, or either of them the Thing? Really like that about the movie. Next up, guys, we have the movie Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead is a movie that I again saw a very, very long time ago. Found it at Best Buy, and I had to have it. This is a really cool retro case. It actually, like, there's a new updated version that's a flip side of this. Like, you can actually flip you see that? You can actually flip the cover, which is cool, but I like the retro old version of it. So Pumpkinhead, really enjoyed this as a kid. Hoping I enjoyed it as an adult. Next up, guys, we have Ex Machina. I've never seen it. Every reviewer I know loves this, and so I was like, I'll pick it up, and then I will watch it one day. Haven't watched it yet, but one day, Ex Machina, I will watch it. Next up, guys, American Gangster. American Gangster, Denzel Washington, Russell Crowe, American Gangster. That's all I have to say. With those two names, why wouldn't you want to see it? You'd be like, no, of course I'll see it. So, next up, guys, 30 Days of Night. 30 Days of Night is a movie I had on DVD, so this is an upgrade. I've already talked about it in the previous video, but I really like this movie, the concept of this movie, where we have 30 days of night and vampires come to town. It's actually a really cool concept, and I'm looking forward to checking it on Blu-ray. Next up, guys, Dredd. Dredd. They remade Judge Dredd starring Stallone. They remade it starring Carl Urban, and actually this is a better version. It's a kick-ass movie. If you like a good action movie, Dredd is the way to go. Next up, Downsizing. I bought this movie, and then like a couple weeks later, my little brother was like, hey, have you ever seen the movie Downsizing? I was like, no, I did just pick it up, though. And he's like, it sucks. So I've got Downsizing, but I don't know for how much longer, because if it really sucks that bad, I'm not going to keep it. Next up, guys, we have Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills was one of my favorite movies from 2021. I love this movie. I don't have any problems with it. I know certain people are like, oh, well, I don't like how they did this character or what they did with this character. This character was stupid. I enjoy it. I think it's a great continuation from the Halloween franchise, and I'm looking forward to Halloween Ends. So Halloween Kills. Also, there's an alternate ending. I've got to check that out. When he takes those firefighters out, I love that. That's a great scene. Next up, guys, we have A Quiet Place Part 2. I love A Quiet Place Part 2. This was a great continuation. I think they did just the right amount of things extra for this movie. Like, it didn't feel like the first movie, which is what I was really worried about, and it didn't feel like that. It was actually a really fun time. So A Quiet Place Part 2. Best thing about this is I saw it in a just about empty theater because people were still scared to go back to theaters, and I lived. So yeah, there's that. Next up, guys, Hacksaw Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge is a movie starring Andrew Garfield and Vince Vaughn about Andrew Garfield's character does not believe in using guns, but he gets drafted during World War II. It's actually a really good movie. Next up, guys, is Pig. Pig stars Nicolas Cage. I saw this movie last year, never did a review for it. I just had a bad night that night. Like, we went and saw Pig, and then we were supposed to see Escape Room 2, Tournament of Champions, which was a horrible movie. And then a woman took my seats, and I legitimately, accidentally spilled my drink all over her. That did happen. So it was a bad night. We left the theater, but Pig was a fun time. I'm looking forward to revisiting it sometime soon. Next up, guys, we have The Suicide Squad on 4K. You know, I bought this full price. I regret nothing. I really enjoy this movie. I love this movie, actually. I think Peacemaker is a fantastic spin-off show, but Peacemaker within this movie is great. Idris Elba is great. Harley Quinn is great. I mean, every character in this movie, Polka Dot Man, James Gunn just found a way to do it. Now, he did it with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was PG-13, and this is what he did with an R-rated team-up of baddies, and I just love it. Next up, guys, a movie I haven't seen, but I had to buy it because A, it's Arnold, and B, well, I'll be completely honest with you, the case got me. It's The Last Action Hero, but look, it looks like a VHS. I just like retro-looking stuff. It's even got a little, it's just cool. I love that. Action adventure. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know anything about it. Look forward to watching it sometime, but haven't watched it yet. Next up, guys, Zoolander. Zoolander stars Ben Stiller, and it is a hilarious movie, but I bought it, the Steelbook. I didn't own it previously, so that's kind of cool, but I bought the Steelbook because it's the blue Steelbook, and I know the blue steel is part of his thing. It's really cool cover on the inside. I love Steelbooks, love showing them off. So yeah, the Steelbook of Zoolander. I picked it up. Next up, guys, we have John Carter. John Carter is a movie that I saw part of, and I fell asleep. So should I have bought this? Probably not, but it just looks like a fun time for me and my son, so I picked it up. Also, the case is all deemed up, but it was a really good price. I think they only charged me like $3, so John Carter. Next up, guys, we have the movie Snowden. Edward Snowden, it's his story. He came out, he exposed the U.S. for spying on people. They made a movie out of it because that is what the United States is known for. Spying on people and making movies out of spying on people. So it's kind of a no-brainer that they were going to do that. Next up, guys, we have The Adventures of Vikibod and Mr. Toad. Now, I love The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I love Sleepy Hollow. I love just about everything about that story, and this is the movie that turned me onto the story initially, and then I read the book, and I've seen every adaptation. I believe I've seen every adaptation, even the Hallmark adaptation of Sleepy Hollow, but this still remains one of the best, in my opinion. Just a really fun time. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which we don't talk about the Mr. Toad part. Yeah. Next up, guys, we have Paycheck. Paycheck is a movie that my friend Daniel Mahoney, I believe his name was, recommended to me a very, very, very long time ago. I was like 14. Seems like forever ago. The point I'm making is that I watched it and I loved it, and then I never saw it again, never even thought about it again until I found it on Blu-ray. So now Ben Affleck, Paycheck, there it is. Again, if you're out there somewhere, I now have it on Blu-ray. We should check it out together. Next up, guys, we have the movie Push. Push is a movie that I really liked, and I was kind of shocked that it didn't get a sequel. I don't think it did very well in theaters, but I really enjoyed it. I think it had a great cast, had a great premise. Chris Evans was awesome. Of course, then he took on Captain America and kind of went that way with his career, so maybe that's why they never did it, but I really enjoyed this. It's a good R-rated superhero flick. So Push, if you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend that. Next up, guys, Smokin' Aces. If you get a bunch of assassins together and they're all looking to kill the same person, what's going to happen? They're going to go after each other. Smokin' Aces. Really enjoy this. It's got some heavy hitters in this movie, too. Not only is Ben Affleck and Casey Affleck in this movie, but you have Jeremy Piven's in this movie, and I'm blanking. Now I've got to look at the character. Oh, Jason Bateman, Andy Garcia, Alicia Keys, Ray Liotta, Ryan Reynolds. Like, it's stacked. This movie is stacked, and it's a really good movie. So, Smokin' Aces, when I saw this movie, I was like, nope, gotta have it. I don't care what it cost. Although, it was only like $4, so steal. Next up, guys, we have Mr. Deeds. And yeah, the cover's kind of messed up. I'm not happy about that. I need to get another Blu-ray case. But I did find Mr. Deeds, and since I had never seen it on Blu-ray before, I had to snag it. So, Mr. Deeds, Adam Sandler. Next up, guys, Project Almanac. If you like a good found footage movie, but also a good time traveling movie, they don't really happen too often. They happen in Project Almanac. You should check it out. Next up, guys, we have Shoot 'em Up. Shoot 'em Up stars Clive Owen, and it is action, balls to the wall, till the very end. And I really like that about this movie. It's just, at one point, he's using a carrot to shoot a gun. A carrot. It's fun. Next up, guys, we have Fighting with My Family. I have not watched this yet. My wife said we should pick it up because she wanted to see it. It's got The Rock, it's got Vince Vaughn, it's got John Cena, it's got a lot of WWE wrestlers in it. I used to be a big WWE fan, not so much anymore, but yeah, you fighting with my family. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Next up, guys, we have a movie that did something unique. This movie took the antagonist and made them the protagonist, which is very interesting, and that is Don't Breathe. Don't Breathe makes you root for someone and then makes you hate that person just a little while later. I really love that about this movie. Don't Breathe is a really fun time. Next up, guys, we have The Rundown. If you've seen Uncharted and you're not a big fan, The Rundown is the way to go. The Rundown is a super fun movie, jungle movie. It's got Sean Connery, it's got The Rock. I saw this in the store and I had to have it. Haven't watched it in several years, but I'm really looking forward to sitting down and watching this on Blu-ray. Next up, guys, we have The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I love this movie. I mean, it's not a very good movie. I know this. It's probably more of a guilty pleasure than anything else, but I really like this movie. I can sit down at any point in this movie. I can go into a hotel, I can turn it on, and it's on, and I'm just like, okay, I'm watching The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen from this point on. I just love it. It's got the picture of Dorian Gray, and that's one of my favorite stories too, so I think because that's incorporated, it really just helps me like this movie. Least favorite character is the one played by Sean Connery, just for the record. Next up, guys, we have a movie that I haven't seen, but I've kind of been collecting Kubrick's work, and that is Barry Landon. So yeah, I think it's set in the 1700s. Maybe I'll check it out sometime. But there it is. I don't really know what it's about. It's just Barry Landon. So yeah, I'll check it out sometime. Next up, guys, we have Parasite. Parasite is a movie that won an Oscar, and I've not seen it yet. Still, you know, just when I came out, I was told it's in subtitles, and I was like, kind of turned me off because I'm not much of a subtitles guy. But over time, I've heard that it's really good, so it's Parasite. I will check it out sometime. Have you seen it? Let me know. All right, guys, next up we have Batman Forever. Batman Forever starred Riddler and Two-Face before we had good versions of those characters with the newer movies. But this still holds a special place in my heart. When I rewatch those movies, this is my favorite of the original four. Just Batman Forever. Val Kilmer flying around as Batman. Nicole Kidman's in it. She was in Eyes Wide Shut. Why wouldn't I watch it? Okay, next up, guys, we have Jumper. Jumper is a really fun movie starring Hayden Christensen. When he was out there being Darth Vader, he was like, hey, I got a career. And now, I don't know what the hell he's doing. I think he's coming back as Vader. Maybe he's making a Hayden Christensen return. That'd be cool. But this stars Hayden Christensen and Samuel L. Jackson. It's a really fun time through the desert. I think I own this on DVD, so I've talked about it before, but Jumper, it's worth a watch. Next up, guys, we have Clear and Present Danger. Clear and Present Danger stars Harrison Ford. It is a really fun espionage movie. I like this. Willem Dafoe's actually in this too, and he's one of my favorite characters. So Clear and Present Danger, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. Next up, guys, we have Wind River. Wind River is a sad movie. It's the best way I could put it. It's just a sad movie. I felt sad the entire time I watched this, but I love this movie. And it's got a really cool cameo from a certain person who plays the Punisher. That's all I'm going to say. I really like this movie. I think Jeremy Renner is a fantastic lead actor, and I hope he gets more work soon. Next up, guys, we have Child's Play. Child's Play, the original Child's Play. Not this garbage, Chucky's part of an AI-controlled world. No, this is Child's Play, where he has a serial killer in his head, soul, something. Point is, Child's Play. It's a very, very scary movie when I saw this for the first time. All right, next up, guys, is a special one, and that is The Last Blockbuster. The Last Blockbuster is a documentary, really, about the last Blockbuster in existence in Bend, Oregon, and I actually got to go there. And not only did I get to go there, but I bought this at the store. This was really cool. I didn't know they had copies of it. Like, I've seen it on Netflix a couple times, as I'm sure a lot of people have. And if you haven't checked it out, you can check out the special on Netflix at any time. However, The Last Blockbuster copy on Blu-ray just seemed like something necessary. Like, I have to put this in my Blu-ray collection. It's just, you know, it's a part of history. So The Last Blockbuster, I went there, I filmed a video on it. You can actually check that out on my channel. And yeah, I'm excited to have the Blu-ray copy of it. Now I've got one left, but first I need some Red Bull. I miss Pure Leaf Tea. They don't sponsor me, but they should. All right, last one left, guys, is Sleepy Hollow Steelbook. Now, this isn't the coolest Steelbook I've ever seen. This is basically the original artwork from the Blu-ray, so that's kind of disappointing. But I love this artwork on the front here. And I don't think there's anything inside, just like fire. Just, again, they skimped on this for some reason. Hoping they would do a 4K. They still haven't. I don't know if they ever will. Sleepy Hollow is not a perfect movie. There's a lot of things that I have to say about this movie, and I'm actually going to do a deep dive into Sleepy Hollow eventually sometime in the future. Maybe this year. I don't know. Every time I talk about doing a movie review of some sort, I end up not doing that. It's easier to do the ones I can shoot right outside the theater. But I legitimately want to do a full review of Sleepy Hollow, do like a deep dive on this and maybe even other Sleepy Hollow adaptions, since it's my favorite ghost story. I think there's a lot they get right in this movie. The Headless Horseman itself is perfect. But there's a lot they get wrong in this movie, like when they give the Headless Horseman a head, and it's Christopher Walken.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
There was no need for that. The point I'm making here, guys, is that Sleepy Hollow, I found the Steelbook, and I was excited to add it to my Blu-ray collection. And yeah, I'll be doing a deep dive on Sleepy Hollow at some point in the future. Maybe I'll save it for October. Maybe it'll just be a spooky release. Guys, that is the update to my Blu-ray collection. I think I had something like 40 just now that I talked about. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor and hit the like button and the share button. If you share it, your friends see it, and then maybe they join the channel and we all join in the conversation down in the comment section down below, which is actually my next point. You should go to the comment section and tell me, what new movies have you added to your collection recently? Is there anything in my collection that you are like, oh, I can't believe you found that? You know, where'd you find that at? I'll be honest with you, most of the stuff I found at Disc Replay. All of that said and out of the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that because I got a lot of content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.